Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, one show today, and I'm going to begin with a simple message to all of you vax people, the people that don't want to take the vaccine. I can't say this. I've said it over and over and over and over again. And it doesn't matter who you are. Healthcare worker, non-healthcare worker, military, college student, whatever. Don't fall for their BS, bullying, and threats, and misinformation. These mid-level Nazis, everybody, it cracks me up. The things that they try to tell you, well, you need to go ahead and resign. Now, folks, there's something in the Durrani litigation we call the golden rule. If we like it and they don't like it, it's good for us. It's 100% true. If the other side that you're battling wants you to do something, do you think maybe you should do that? If the other side that you're battling wants to coerce you, do you think you should do that? Do you think they're telling you the truth? No, they're lying bastards. Ladies and gentlemen, the American jury and Bulldog Nation, what you need to do is hang tough. Especially if you're, I got an email from a St. East client yesterday. I'm like, we have a hearing next week, September 22nd. Are you kidding me? We're going to have a hearing before October 1st for all the tri-state healthcare systems in front of some other judge. Why do you want to cave now? Now, if you've had enough, like many of you have told me, you've had enough of this healthcare stuff already, so be it. But don't cave to these lying bastards. That's what they're doing. And all you college students, I'm telling you, when you send me email, by the way, I like the emails, but how many times do I have to tell you? There's time. These mandates keep getting moved. As far as the federal mandate from Joe Biden, it's meaningless. The governors and the U.S. Senate is going to stop that. Doesn't mean a damn thing. All right. One other thing I want to announce locally before I bust into the news, and those of you that are only interested in what I have to say about the vax, you're done now. October 23rd, we are going to have another event at the fairgrounds where we had the Freedom Fest. It's Saturday, October 23rd. More details to follow. But I just want to tell you, if you're looking for some entertainment and you want to mark your calendar early, October 23rd, Saturday, late afternoon, early evening, you might want to mark off your calendar, save it. All right, Joe Biden campaign yesterday for Newsom. I don't know how that helps him. You know, I realized something, that Joe Biden during his presidential election never had a crowd as big as the Freedom Fest. Kind of funny. But the election, the recall is today. Let's hope Newsom is recalled. What a crash and burn. That arrogant guy, he thought he was Mr. Handsome, Mr. Governor. Like, he thought he was headed to the presidential White House, didn't he? That's where he thought he was headed. Recall. He's done. His political career is over. Recalled. The fact that it's close is embarrassing enough. They cut Joe Biden's feed when he asked a question. Not even answering a question. They're now cutting his feed when Joe wants to ask a question. Oh, gotta stop that. That is outrageous. Outrageous. Can you imagine if they were doing this with Trump? Unbelievable. Joe Biden, a lumberman? Joe Biden has told another lie. This guy has told more lies. Remember, plagiarism haunted him. It's why he wasn't able to be elected president before. He's just a political gangster. Say anything, do anything. Claimed he had a job lined up at a lumber company. Not true. Joe Biden, lumberjack. Congress. You know how Congress acts like they're the people's house. Nancy Pelosi, we're the people's house. We're the people's house. Then Nancy, how come like 5% of the people only think you're doing a good job? Do you know that they exempt Congress from this vax mandate? This recent vax mandate doesn't apply to Congress. Double standards over and over again. BLINKEN, yesterday testifying, admitted there's 100 hostages. 100 people left behind. Now, I'm sure there's more than that, but he had to admit there's at least 100. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, this Taliban got us. They got hostages to negotiate anything they want with us. How about this? Somebody said that there's a poll that Democrats fear Trump supporters more than the unvaccinated and the Taliban. You know, the Freedom Fest proves that that's such bullshit. I mean, no, 8,000 people. You gather 8,000 Antifa folks, see if a fight doesn't break out. McCall says, Congressman McCall from Texas, says that all the interpreters that got left behind are all dead. They've all been killed by the Taliban. These people that risked their lives helped us out. Way to go, Joe. Way to go. Way to go. Again, every time these stories, every day, just think if that was Trump, what the media would be doing to him if that was Trump. Sickening. Threat to doctors. How great is it that the board, certification boards of each of these doctor specialists are sending out threats to doctors? By the way, I had a phone conversation this morning with the famous Dr. Dan Stock. Dr. Dan Stock is the doctor that took off after the Mount Carmel School Board. Okay? Dr. Daniel Stock is coming to testify September 22nd at 1 o'clock at this hearing against St. E's. And I talked to Dan Stock about the doctors, and I said, there's at least a group at St. E's. And then he told me how the doctors were taken control over by the healthcare systems and let it happen. And Stock says, I was being polite, trying to be polite to doctors. He goes, no, Eric. He says, we have to call it what it is. Doctors have been and have always been cowards. I know of that group of doctors at St. E's. How crazy is it that there's not a group in any of the other 5 major healthcare systems in Cincinnati that have stepped up? How is that? How is that? Then in addition to that, you have a situation where they can't even sign medical exemptions to help these people. They're such undergun. You know what? Dr. Stock is correct. You are a bunch of cowards. Come here. You know, I guarantee you right now, Dr. Stock, who's independent, he says, boy, I make 40% less money than I made before in the healthcare system. He says, but I'm happy. But I'm happy. Docs, is the money, is all life, is that all your life's thing? While you're out there working, your wife's spending it, does that make you feel better? Shame on you. Shame on a whole bunch of you. I'm going to call out a couple guys that I know personally. Dr. Troy Schumann, my fraternity brother, used to be my primary care physician. He sold out so bad, he became head of the bariatric center at St. E's. Can you imagine the corruption and the cranking billing that goes on at the bariatric center? I sent him a text message. This is a good friend of mine. I sent him a text. I did a laugh emoji because I wanted to make it lighthearted. I sent it to him and I said, I saw your name wasn't on that letter, you big corporate wuss. He didn't even respond. Now the other one that I'm really disappointed, I'm glad to hear his bypass surgery went well, Dr. Neil Mosier, is guess what? Dr. Neil Mosier was Mr. Badass, Mr. Rebel in the medical community, blah, blah. He finally sold out and let his group be bought. He said, Eric, we couldn't hold out anymore. I said, I get that. I understand that. But boy, he's drank the Kool-Aid. He's all right there. He's right there with his state senator wife. Vax, 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 vax. Vax, 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 vax. Even Neil Mosier became a sheep. Even Neil Mosier. Facebook rules. We find out that they have secret whitelisted elite, exempts them from their rules and allows them to post banned content with special X-check program. Tech Titan is aware its platforms are riddled with flaws. Facebook denies having 2 systems of justice for users. Really? Really? Unbelievable. There's reports that, by the way, I already know this from my 20,000 emails from healthcare workers, that they're changing the COVID counts to scare people. Training doctors to do it. How about this? West Coast High School canceled a 911 tribute because they thought it might be racially insensitive. It might be racially insensitive. And then the Democrats want to increase your taxes by $2.9 million. $2.9 million. Ladies and gentlemen, American jury and Bulldog Nation is criminal what they're doing. But we're going to fight it and we're going to win. This is the Bulldog. Every dog has their day. I hope you have a great day.